Dice, celebrities, chance, glory, dice tournament. She's known as the Hindu goddess of death and destruction. She is Kali. And in Dice Tournament 5, she destroyed the entire field, 31 players. And today she looks to continue her streak against a new field of 31 players looking to become Dice Tournament champion. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dice Tournament 6. That's right, we have made it to Dice Tournament 6. The drama and the anticipation are at a high that I haven't seen since Dice Tournament 3, frankly. Welcome everybody, I'm your host, Jacob Ladd. I'm so glad you're here with me for America's, the world's most popular live sporting event. It's one of the only sporting events that is truly live. We don't, manipulate the play to make sure our sponsors get their time. This is about sport. And to tell you a little bit about the sport and how the sport works, let's go to the rules. The rules for Dice Tournament are as follows. It's a single elimination tournament. The highest rolled dice wins. Ties require a re-roll. The finals match is a best of 5 series. 3 players with the lowest win percentage are eliminated every tournament. Here's our current replacement pool. After Dice Tournament 5, coming into Dice Tournament 7, 3 new players will be featured. Potentials are Bob Marley, Joan of Arc, Beyonce, Ali Wong, John Cena, and Crazy Horse. And in case you're wondering, what is Dice Tournament? Allow me to tell you. Here's some eliminated folks. Forgive me, I didn't quite plan out the intro of how it was going to go. Maybe I should just pre-produce all those elements. I don't know, it's TBD at this point. But Dice Tournament is, for me, it's about play. I read this book called How to Be Free by Shaka Senghor, and he talked about a way to move past fear and insecurities in your life is to engage in play. And when I was a kid, I played a lot by myself, and I would make these tournament brackets of celebrities and my friends, and I'd flip a quarter, and I would, build stories in my head about these players, and I'd keep track of stats, and it was fun. It was what I did for fun. And I even played with wrestlers, and wrestlers have made it into the Dice Tournament. You'll see them. They're down by the field. But this for me is play, and also I do video production for work, and I work with Muslims, and one tenet that I've learned from working there is to get 1% better every time. And so not only is Dice Tournament going to get better 1% every time, but it also has a little touch of divinity. We got all kinds of gods in here. We got all kinds of celebs. We got we got lots of stuff. But to hear more about the stuff or who's in this Dice Tournament, we're going to go down to the field and talk to Dick. Dick, we're going to you. Thank you, Jacob. Welcome, everyone, to Dice Tournament 6. It is a fantastic bracket this year. First, we got the stats. We're looking at the stats right now, and that's good because we want to look at the stats. But let me tell you about who's been really killing it here in Dice Tournament. The highest win percentage overall is Amelia Dimoldenberg. Tom Cruise comes in a second. These two are neck and neck. And third place is Kali. Kali cruised through last tournament. She took down Amelia Dimoldenberg. That was Amelia Dimoldenberg's second finals appearance. So Amelia Dimoldenberg is very much a player to be reckoned with. But currently, Kali holds the championship. You'll notice that in the top 5 players, there is 3 women, 2 men. So far, after 4 Dice Tournaments, 2 women had won, 2 men had won. In case you were not informed, Dice Tournament is a gender-neutral, religion-neutral, age-neutral sporting event. There are no rules and limits to who and who cannot compete. You don't even have to be alive. We got some posthumous folks that are in the tournament. But let me tell you a little bit about the bracket this year and who's in it, and then tell you a little bit about who my picks are. So right away, I want to highlight that in this top portion of the bracket, oh gosh, that's potentially dangerous. In this top part of the bracket, which you can't see because of the crop, is LeBron James and Cookie Monster. And you'll notice just 2 boxes down right here, Amelia Dimoldenberg. And so what that means is, if you remember from the stats, LeBron James is number 4 and Amelia Dimoldenberg is number 1. So there is a chance that these two competitors may face off against each other after just a few rounds. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to see how that shakes out. And also you'll notice that Oprah Winfrey also high on the stats. She's only participated in 1 dice tournament. Oprah Winfrey and Nawojka, 2 new players in dice tournament 5, but they went 2 for 1. And so you can see from 1 good showing of dice tournament, you can be tops in terms of stats. Okay, some other things I'm looking forward to. So new players this year are Princess Fiona. Over here on the right-hand side of the bracket, Barney. Barney is a new player. And also Heath Ledger, as I spoke earlier about a posthumous. He's a posthumous Oscar winner. I don't feel confident in that, but there's a chance he could become the first posthumous dice tournament champion. But then again, I got to think about Kali. Is Kali alive? She's a deity. We're going to leave it at that. Other things I'm looking forward to, CHYNA Wonder Woman on top of this bracket. That is a fierce battle of some powerful women. One other thing I want to note from the stats, as we mentioned before, the 3 lowest players will be eliminated. And so if we look at these stats and we look at the bottom, so Heath Ledger, Princess Fiona, and Barney are all, this is their first tournament. So you get 1 tournament after 2 tournaments, then you potentially can be eliminated. You get 1 to get your feet wet. But so Heath Ledger, Princess Fiona, and Barney, even though they have the lowest win percentage, they're not going to be eliminated. So at risk of elimination this year is Bobby Lee, Anthony Edwards, Cristiano Ronaldo, Yao Ming, and Cookie Monster. All 5 of those are between 28 and 33%, and so they're all at risk of falling out of Dice Tournament and not being invited to Dice Tournament 7. The eliminated from last year was Amanda Yates Garcia, Spider-Man, and Yoda. So thank you, competitors, for competing. And to all you other competitors, I wish you the best of luck. It is set to be the best tournament we've had. And so to get back to the action, we're going to pass it back up to Jacob to cue up our first match. Thanks, Dick. Again, the replacement pool, after 3 people were eliminated next round, Bob Marley, Joan of Arc, Beyonce, Ali Wong, John Cena, and Crazy Horse. We're getting representation from all kinds of folk. So now, forgive me, I just got to get your bracket posted here. There we go. Okay. There we go. That looks good for me. And ladies and gentlemen, our first matchup is LeBron James versus Cookie Monster. And to speak to the fact that we get 1% better, I'd like to show you real briefly what we're doing with the field this year. We got a triple view. We're able to see the competitors here in the top left. We got LeBron James versus Cookie Monster. This is the hexagon down below me. That is where all the action will take place. And you can see a little bit of our rig here. The dice will go in right here. There's a tube. They go down the tube and they enter into our cardboard tunnel or chunnel, depending on where you're from, and down to the hexagon where the winner will be decided. And so this first matchup is LeBron James in the yellow dice and Cookie Monster in the marbled dice. Here we go. Good luck, competitors. And that's LeBron James. As if there was any doubt, it's LeBron James. But now I am doubting how will I pull off executing moving these brackets, because I've moved these screens in such a way that it's a little hard to see. And so I'm going to play a little jingle and rearrange my screens. Pardon. Okay, I don't know if I quite solved this, but yeah, I think I did. Okay, so we're gonna move LeBron James into the next round. Congratulations, LeBron, a beautiful victory. Our second round is going to be Oprah Winfrey versus Muhammad Ali. Two titans in their respective industry. So yeah, let's get down to it. So Oprah Winfrey is the brown dice and Muhammad Ali in the white, colorful dice. We're gonna empty the board here. Competitors, good luck. That's a victory for Oprah Winfrey. Cue applause. Frankly, that would be pretty nice. I did get a MIDI keyboard in which I'm planning to build into the production here. I'm not quite there yet, but we are getting 1% better every time, and this is future build for us. So Oprah Winfrey is moving on to the round of 16 to take on LeBron James. Up next is a newcomer to Dice Tournament. It's Princess Fiona, and she's taking on the #1 player in all of Dice Tournament, Amelia Dimoldenberg. Good luck, Fiona. All right, Fiona's in green. Amelia is in the blue numbered die. Good luck, competitors. Is that what I think it is? We got ourselves a tie. And it's one of the most exciting things about Dice Tournament, if you ask me, is the tie. So, okay, so we're going to get down the field for a reroll. 6-6. That was something. Here we go. Competitors, good luck. We got ourselves a... Folks, if you think I'm faking this, you're wrong. This is the only live sport in all of the world. It's Dice Tournament. There is nothing artifice about this. There's nothing artifice about this. And you might be wondering, how do you have those videos queued up then? Because I'm a good producer. That's what I am. I'm a good producer. I make good videos also, which we're going to see after the round of 32. So stick around, you motherfuckers. Okay, here we go. Let's get down the field for roll 3 between Princess Fiona and Amelia Dimoldenberg. My God! Amelia. Ugh. Wow. It was starting to even look like a triple tie. What would we have done if it was a triple tie? My God. But Princess Fiona fights off the #1 player in Dice Tournament to advance. That, you know, I got to be honest, it's hard to track some of the drama, being the producer, the host, the judge, the player. It's hard to track some of this stuff. But this might be the most impressive start to a Dice Tournament showing. Princess Fiona, beautiful, just beautiful work, my God. All right, for our next match, we're going to go back to Dick, who spoke with one of our next competitors about their matchup. So let's go to Dick. That's right, Jacob. I had the opportunity to speak with Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, who is currently in the top 15 players of Dice Tournament. He's competed in all 5 Dice Tournaments. He has a record of 5-5. So overall, nothing to write home about, but he is a strong competitor. And we had a chance to talk to Dick, as I mentioned. And so... his matchup today is against Cristiano Ronaldo. But what we did was we wanted to ask Joe Rogan, Joe, where do you get your motivation? And here's what he had to say.
Fuck your motivation. Fuck your motivation. You need discipline. Because motivation's not there every day. I'm missing motivation most days. Some days I'm like, fuck yeah, today I felt good. I can't wait to get to the gym. But a lot of days like, gotta get to the gym. Fuck.
Wow. Joe. I'm saying words of wisdom with a little bit of smile to my face because I do want this to be lighthearted. But the truth is, I don't actually also have motivation to do this all the time. In making this something that I produce online, it's added a level of work. It's a lot of work to get all these cameras up. It's a lot of work to think about what to say and how to present it. And it's not always fun. But the truth is, I want to have fun. I really value fun and I value play. And those things can't necessarily be articulated on a resume, but video production can. And so I'm trying to, in my capitalist way, have fun, but also be creative and playful. And I hope someday to have Joe Rogan and Cristiano Ronaldo money. So let's get to the field and find out these two badass boys how it's going to shake out. So Joe Rogan has the black and white dice, Cristiano Ronaldo in the blue swirly dice. I mean, this thing is beautiful. Let's see. Joe Rogan, Cristiano Ronaldo. That's a Joe Rogan victory. I apologize, it's a little tough to see. I apologize, but that was a Joe Rogan victory. Cristiano Ronaldo throw to 1. And as we had mentioned earlier, let's get to this because this is very important to see. This may be the last we see of Cristiano Ronaldo because with that loss, he's going to drop to 1-3, 25%. Cristiano, you have skills, you have value. This might not be your field. It's not for everyone. Isn't that right, Jacob? That's right, Dick. Dice tournament is not for everyone. And so, Cristiano, thank you for playing. Joe Rogan is going to move on to take on the newcomer, Princess Fiona, who just took down Amelia Dimoldenberg. So, good luck to you, Joe. Let's move on to our next match, which is... In case it wasn't clear by the sound effects that came out of my mouth, we're talking Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Nawojka. Nawojka, a 15th century Polish girl who pretended to be a boy so she could get educated. Because back then, girls couldn't go to school. She's not the only badass woman who fought for education. There's more here in Dice Tournament. But I don't know what I'm trying to say. But Stone Cold has a record of 5-5, and Nawojka is impressively at 2-1. And so these are two high competitors. They've been around for a little bit. No, that's not entirely true, but I don't know what else to say. And so Nawojka is going to be the green dice, and Stone Cold is the gold and black dice. Good luck, competitors. Let's get down the field. Five to 2. That is a... Stone Cold takes down the Polish girl. Badass. And Stone Cold will move on. And as you can see from the field cam, WWE has permeated the Dice Tournament. You can see Puke there. You can see Ken Shamrock. You can see Dude Love. You can see Animal from the Legion of Doom. It is a real WWE fest here. Because WWE is sports entertainment, and I think of Dice Tournament in a little the same. This is sport entertainment. It's about the drama. It's about the story. And I'm so glad that you're here to watch. Okay, if I could find my mouse, I'd keep it going, mother effers, but I can't. But here we go. Our next match, is highly competitive. It is Margaret Atwood versus Rosalía. Margaret Atwood, author of numerous books that have been banned in the U.S. She's controversial, I say strictly because of that, because some people don't believe in freedom of speech or something. Famous for The Handmaid's Tale. And actually, you know what? I think we have a word from Margaret. We asked Margaret before this tournament. What did we ask Margaret? We asked her a question, and we said, "Oh God, why am I having trouble with this?" Let's see. We asked Margaret a question. We said, Margaret. Oh, what is your strategy, Margaret? We asked, how do you look at dice tournament? What is your strategy? And here's what she had to say.
Was a very revered hockey player. And elbows up is when somebody gets you into the corner and you block them by putting your elbow up. And it means, don't mess with me.
Wow, Margaret. Fierce. Elbows up, Rosalía, Motomami. Watch those elbows because Margaret's coming for you. So Rosalía, the black and white die, and Margaret Atwood, the black and gray. But oh my Lanta. You know, organization is not my forte. And so because of that, I cannot find Margaret Atwood's dice, which is problematic. But what we're going to do is we're going to go with this gray dice here. Gray is Rosalía. I'm sorry. Black is Rosalía. Gray is Margaret Atwood. Let's get down the field and see how this shakes out. Ooh. Okay, Rosalía's down. Here comes Margaret Atwood. She's got to take on a 4. And it's a... That's right, folks. It's a mother effing tie. It is one of the most exciting things in all of sports. It's the tie. So that means it's a re-roll. Let's go for roll number 2. Margaret Atwood and Rosalía. The Motomami. 1-4 in favor of Margaret Atwood. Congratulations, Margaret Atwood. Rosalía, she's good. She's in the top 5 for win percentage, and she is top 1 in my Spotify rap. That's right. If I had the screenshots to share with you, I would, because I'm actually fan number 2,387 for Motomami. Her new album Lux is so beautiful, and I'm a big fan. And she's number 1 currently on my Spotify. Rosalía, much love. Oh, God. All right. Let's move her in the bracket here. Better luck next year, Rosalía. Margaret Atwood to take on Stone Cold Steve Austin. God, 2 old white folks battling for to get to the round of 8. That was going to be good. Ooh, this next one is exciting. We have the first Mr. and Mrs. battle. We have MrBeast versus Miss Piggy. So here we go, folks. Let's get these dice out of here. And here we go, roll number 1. MrBeast and Miss Piggy. It is 5-4. That's a MrBeast victory. Miss Piggy is low on the win percentage. I don't think that means she's going to be eliminated, but she does need to watch it. You need to watch it, Miss Piggy. And if you need any tips, just give me a call. I'm here for you. MrBeast, me and my children's favorite thing to watch. I used to watch it with them as kids because they loved it. And now they're older and they don't like it, but I like it. And so we still watch it together. And to me, it's very dear. It's kind of one of the few ways we can connect, or one thing that we like to do together pretty regularly. And so I'm grateful to MrBeast for making content that my kids and I can watch. And I love my children. And if you're watching, okay. I also love Miss Piggy, so that's a little tough. Our next matchup is a doozy. Malala Yousafzai versus Tom Cruise. And I think we have a word from Malala. Let's get down to Dick and hear what we got. Thanks, Jacob. And yes, we do have a word from Malala. We asked Malala, how do you feel about dice tournament? And here's what she had to say.
Sometimes I feel that, that I wish there was just less scrutiny and less surveillance, and that we allowed ourselves to express our opinions or thoughts more openly.
Yeah.
Wow. Malala, I share your sentiment. But dice tournament is one of the most scrutinized sports there is. It's how we get to be the number one sport. And so for now, you're going to have to deal with it. But here she is in the round of 32 as she takes on Tom Cruise, Malala Yousafzai, with the gold dice, and Tom Cruise, the traditional black and white dice. Good luck, competitors. Oh, we lost the camera. We lost the camera. We need a jingle. All right, there it is. It should be popping in. You can see right there, it's a 1 to 4. I can assure you, folks, that these dice were not messed with. And just so everybody is clear, dice tournament is monitored by the law firm Schechter Dokken. In the future, we hope to have an ad to play here, but the producer hasn't gotten around to producing that yet. But thank you to Schechter and Dokken for the for the monitoring and keeping us up to par. Anyways, Malala Yousafzai takes down Tom Cruise, and that's especially impressive. Can we go to stats and find out why that's impressive? Yeah, I do think we can. I do think we can do that. It might just take a couple clicks, and here we are. So Tom Cruise he's the number 2 in win percentage player, and you can see Malala Yousafzai is number 9. And so these two competitors have really made some strides here at Dice Tournament, but Malala is victorious in this regard. And so let's get on the field for our next match. It's on the other side of the bracket. And you're just watching me scrolling. CHYNA and Wonder Woman. Oh, this is not right. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Not quite there. CHYNA and Wonder Woman, that'll work, but will it work here for the field? Let's see. Yeah, that works. Okay, CHYNA and Wonder Woman. It's a little hard to see Wonder Woman's dice, but that's okay. CHYNA is green. Wonder Woman is blue. Let's get to the field and find out. 6-2. Guys, you know what that is? It's a tie. We got a tie. And, frankly, I hope it's a double tie. I want it to go to triple tie, maybe even. Here we go. Roll 2. 6-1. That's a Wonder Woman victory. And CHYNA, ooh. No, she's not. She's not going to be eliminated. She is low in the percentage. She's not going to be eliminated. But Wonder Woman moves on. And also Malala Yousafzai moves on. So I got to do a little bit of straightening up the bracket here. I can play the jingle myself. Do, 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 do. You know, guys, I'm still recovering from Dice Tournament 5. I don't know if anybody watched Dice Tournament 5, but you know that Joe Rogan quote we talked about earlier? I'm not always motivated to do this. Because I think I have a high standard. I do think I could produce a sport and a program that keeps people watching for an hour. We're a half hour in and I'm not even halfway through the first bracket yet, so I gotta speed this mother up, you know what I mean? But anyways, for our next match, we're gonna go back we're going to go to Dick, who has something to say about our next competitors. That's right. So our next matchup is Simone Biles and Anthony Edwards. And we had a chance to ask Simone Biles. And what did we ask her? We asked her, Biles has been in all 6 dice tournaments. And we asked her, what does it feel like to be such a tenured competitor? And this is what Biles had to say.
I feel 27 after meets like this whenever I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm hurting. It's not the same as whenever I was younger. So, yeah.
Wow. I hear you, Simone. The wear and tear of dice tournament is a lot. And so here we are. 6-time competitor Simone Biles is taking on Anthony Edwards, a gymnast versus a basketball player. Let's get down the field and see how this goes. Simone Biles is also going to be represented by this gray dice because I cannot find that black one. And Anthony Edwards is in purple. Good luck, competitors. That is 6-5 in favor of Anthony Edwards. And Anthony Edwards needed that one. As we mentioned earlier in the show, he was at great risk of being eliminated. And that's an extra special bonus because Anthony Edwards is actually my son's choice to compete in Dice Tournament. And so if you're out there, my boy, your boy has moved on. And so let's get to our next matchup. It's going to be Heath Ledger versus Lizzie Rose. And Lizzie Rose is actually my daughter's participant in the Dice Tournament. She wanted her mother in the tournament. And so here we go. Heath Ledger, Australian representative. Lizzie Rose, Minneapolis representative. Good luck, competitors. Roll number 1. Oh, we got a loose dice. We got a loose one. Where are we at here, guys? Okay, so Heath Ledger with a chance, Lizzie with a chance for a jackass. A jackass is if someone rolls out of the hexagon, they get to re-roll. And so there's a chance that this dice might hit and change the dice, and that would be called a jackass. So let's get down and see if Lizzie can pull a jackass. Here it comes. It is 4-1. That is a win for Heath Ledger. Congratulations, Heath. You're beautiful, and you have just moved on in your very first dice tournament. So far the 2 newcomers, Princess Fiona and Heath Ledger, have both moved on. We have one more newcomer coming later, which is Barney. That'll be very exciting. Barney coming up a little later. Okay, so our next matchup is going to be Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bobby Lee. And so before we run this, we're gonna talk to Dick, who's still in costume, but he's got something to say. That's right, folks. Before the match today, we talked to Bobby Lee, and we said, shoot, I didn't write down my prompt. We asked Bobby what it feels like to be on the bottom of the stats. As we mentioned earlier, let's show you the stats. Bobby Lee is at great risk of being eliminated because his stats, let's see, here we go, we got to it, the stats. So Bobby Lee is currently at the lowest at 2-5. Him and Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards survived this round. We asked Bobby Lee, what does it feel like to be towards the bottom of the stats? And here's what he had to say.
Like last night at 2 a.m, I went into a conniption fit.
Wow. I'm sorry, Bobby. That is the pressure of Dice Tournament. It is a fierce competition. And so I hope you survive to see more. But you will have to take on Neil deGrasse Tyson, who is very high in the stats. I'm not going to pull it up because that takes time, but he's number 11. He's currently number 11. Here we go, Bobby Lee versus Neil deGrasse Tyson, roll number 1. Good luck, competitors. Oh boy, we got somebody coming out here. What do we got here? Okay, so we got a 2. Oh no, and we lost our other camera. Folks, it's getting grim here. It's getting GRIM. Ugh. Okay. Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bobby Lee. We're coming back for it in 1 second. I'm going to hit this jingle. I'm going to plug my phone in, and we're going to get this camera back up. You're probably wondering, Jacob, how do you get through this? There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of stress. Thanks to our sponsor, Red Bull, for helping us through it. So, Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bobby Lee, we are down a camera, but we're going to make it work. And before the round of 16, we have a little pause in which, at that point, I'll get that camera booted up. But for now, Neil deGrasse Tyson with a chance of our first jackass of the day. Good luck, competitors. Ooh, he's not able to do it. That's 2-1 in favor of Bobby. So Bobby looks like he's going to survive for another dice tournament, which is lovely because I love the guy. He's good fun. That's all I got to say about that. And you know what? I love fun, in case that was unclear. And now we're going to go to Yao Ming versus Drake. Yao Ming represented by this bone-looking dice, and Drake with the gray speckled dice. So here we are, roll number 1 between Yao Ming and Drake. And that is a 5-3 for Yao Ming. Congratulations, Yao. You're moving on. Drake has an excellent win percentage, but it was not enough today. Okay, we got another newcomer. This is Barney. This is Barney versus Johnny Knoxville. Johnny Knoxville has made it to the finals at one point, so he is a strong competitor here at Dice Tournament. He's taking on the newcomer Barney. Let's see how he does. All right, Barney is the white speckled dice. Johnny Knoxville is the yellow dice. Good luck, competitors. Here we go. Roll number 1. 2-6. That's a Barney victory. Boop, 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 boop. Maybe, actually, you know what? When we take our little break, when we take our break after the round of 32, I'm gonna get this keyboard plugged in. We're gonna make a 1% advancement during Dice Tournament 6, folks. This is a lot. He's promising a lot. He's promising to get the camera back up on the field. He's promising to get freaking music in here. I don't know. Can he do it? Will he do it? What we do know is Barney did it. And Barney's advancing. All right, up next. Oh, dear. Up next. Oh, dear. Up next is AOC versus Will Smith. Politics versus Hollywood. AOC, the black and red dice. Will Smith, the red dice. Good luck, competitors. Roll number 1. 3-2. It is a little tough to see. I'll admit, my girlfriend said the same thing. She said, it's a little tough to see. I thought I figured it out with his multiple camera angles, but one's died and it's getting dark already. It's freaking 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're competing against the NFL. It's tough out here in the sport world. Anyway, Will Smith advances. Will Smith, a very strong competitor here at Dice Tournament. And we're down to our final match in the round of 32. It is a religious battle of the Titans. We have Kali, the current Dice Tournament champion, and Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior for many folk here, maybe even watching. So Jesus Christ is the gray dice, and Kali is the black and red dice. Good luck, competitors. Roll number 1. That is a 2-6 in favor of Kali. We're even going to get light on the dice, folks. We're going to get some light on the dice. So Kali moves on, which means if we look at our board, we have our round of 16 set. And so we'll get back to that soon. But as previously mentioned, I do video work, and I like to make money. And so maybe you don't want to hire a dice tournament, but maybe you have a wedding. And so maybe consider me for a wedding video. Let's watch half of it now and half of it later.
So I decided to give online dating a try. After graduating college, I thought I'm missing something in my life.
I saw his profile, swipe right so much.
What caught my eye was
Oh gosh.
Eunice's profile. There was a section that said something that you would like to see in your life partner.
The answer written was, I'm looking for someone that when I'm with them,
I'm really looking for a serious relationship. Just not for fun, but serious relationship.
we chatted virtually for several months.
I haven't seen any ticket, so I don't believe you, you know? I need a proof.
And then he took the time to visit her in Philippines.
Ooh, you long hair.
The first time he came back, the smile that Riaz had, I'm in the smile business, so I know what a smile is. But this smile was something very unique. It was coming from the heart, from soul, and from the eyes.
My nickname since childhood has been Sunshine, but I think we might need to reassess who deserves that nickname.
Since meeting Uni, I've seen Pi grow into someone even more caring and expressive than I've ever seen.
I was attracted to the fact that she's easy to talk to, is lively, and she can deliver humor with a twinkle in her eye. Thank you for being in my life, Amy.
I never expected that I've found someone who's really like far, like USA.
Oh gosh. Okay. Check. I hope you're hanging on the edge of your seat to find out, did they make it to the chapel? Are they gonna get married? They didn't go to a chapel. News flash, they didn't go to a chapel. But we are gonna get back to that shortly. But before we do, we're gonna play one more jingle because I'm gonna try to get the field cam up and running. Wish me luck. Actually, you know what? Let's play the rest of this video. Let's give it one more push. And please bear with me. Thank you. I am available for hire. I think weddings are super fun. They're intensely beautiful. And this one especially was really special to me. Here we go.
After a fascinating journey, we officially got married in San Jose in September 2024. But we wanted to share our joy with you all.
صلى عليك الرحمن أزكى الصلاة والسلام.
The work for making a marriage work is not written in the stars or any other sort of fatalistic kind of a place. The success of your marriage and all of our marriages is fully through our own efforts and through the guidance and the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. ومن آياته أن خلق لكم من أنفسكم أزواجا لتسكنوا إليها وجعل بينكم مودة ورحمة إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتفكرون.
صلوات.
When Nazni took on the project of Riaz, as he was getting older, when we came back from Germany, We found an exemplary school district, but that was not cutting it. Riaz was unhappy with the school. And so she, in her motherly instinct and her God's wisdom that he gives as a sixth sense, took him out of a school that was like Harvard in that area and put him in a school that was a regular school. That program helped him get into engineering, which he really loved. So it all is a full circle.
This is a very, very special one from my grandmother. Start the life with sweetness.
Many of you likely know a little bit about Baba and Mimi, Mehtab and Nazneen. And one of the things you might know is that they have traveled across the world. Their story began in South Carolina, it took them to Boston, then to Germany, then to San Antonio, and now here in Chicago. But today, and this event, is a testimony that not only did Baba and Mimi travel across the world, but alhamdulillah, today they've brought the world together.
I feel incredibly grateful for the environment I was raised in. Thanks to my parents, Mimi and Baba, and my grandparents, Nani Nana, you gave my siblings and me the most ideal conditions to grow, shielded from hardship, free to explore and learn about the wonders of the world.
Go and make your own memories, and may your miracles will unfold over time. I pray to Allah that may your marriage be successful and may you find comfort in each other.
We put love and kindness between each other so they feel happy and safe. This is a sign for those who reflect Salawat.
There you go. Yeah, I have filmed a lot of weddings in my life. It was a big part of my career for a long time. And I would do it again. But let's get back to it. Our next matchup is LeBron James and Oprah Winfrey. And so, without further ado, let's get down to the field and see. You will notice the field is still missing a camera. That camera is only up to 13%. But I did add more light. We have more light on the field. So in case there was any qualms or worries or thinking that I was putting Kali in above Jesus Christ just out of preference, I need you to know it was 6-2 in favor of Kali. Okay, LeBron James, Oprah Winfrey. We got a yellow versus a brown. Here comes our first dice. Good luck, competitors. Ooh, got some hot dice. LeBron hops out. Oprah's in already. All right, here we go. LeBron James with a chance for the first jackass in Dice Tournament 6. 3-4. It's not a jackass. But I will say that that camera looks a little overexposed. So it's not a problem. It's not a problem. But we will fix that when we throw our next field camera up. And I don't need to talk about the production. But I'm an elephant in the room kind of guy. I talk about what the fuck is right in front of me. And so you'll get production notes, but I'm going to get better at that because this is a performance. The producer is not usually the on-camera person. But here in Dice Tournament, that is the case. Let's go to our next matchup, which is Princess Fiona with a powerful first round in which she took down Amelia Dimoldenberg. And now she's taking on one of the most powerful men in podcasting, Joe Rogan. Princess Fiona, green dice, Joe Rogan, black and white. Good luck, competitors. Roll number 1. Ooh. All right, Joe's in at a 3, and here comes Princess Fiona right behind him with a 6. Dang, Fiona with a very impressive first showing. She takes down Amelia Dimoldenberg, and she takes down Joe Rogan, but she is now going to be facing up against already a Dice Tournament champion, LeBron James. That is looking to be a freaking matchup, I tell you. Okay. Stone Cold Steve Austin is taking on Margaret Atwood. Margaret Atwood is going to be this gray dice. Stone Cold is the gold. Good luck, competitors. Here we go. Roll number 1. Stone Cold Margaret Atwood. That's a... Oh! Stone Cold knocks Margaret Atwood and changes it into a 6. And so because of that, Margaret Atwood is going to move on. That's a jackass. Stone Cold probably feels like a jackass after that one. So Margaret Atwood is the winner of Dice Tournament 0. But just in case you didn't know, Dice Tournament 0 was... It did not stream. And I got 1% better for Dice Tournament 1. And it worked! Anyway, so Dice Tournament 0, which Margaret Atwood won, is lost forever in the annals of history. Okay, so let's go to our next matchup in the left side of the bracket. MrBeast versus Malala Yousafzai. MrBeast in red, Malala Yousafzai in the clear yellow. Competitors, good luck. I already have a feeling Malala's is going to be hard to see, but let's find out. Malala comes in with a 5. Let's get this ISO down here. And... Alright, so it's a 5 for Malala. Oh gosh. And here comes MrBeast. That's a 5-3. That's a Malala Yousafzai win. Malala Yousafzai, I'm not going to go through all the brackets, but she has been in the final 8 or the final 4 multiple times. And so far, LeBron James, the only male in the round of 8. Let's go to the right-hand side of the bracket and see what we got cooking over here. As our first match is Wonder Woman versus Anthony Edwards. Wonder Woman, the blue dice. Anthony Edwards, the purple dice. Good luck, competitors. Roll number 1 goes to Anthony Edwards. That's very good for Anthony Edwards, who was flirting with being eliminated over and over multiple times. But he has fought. And he is now potentially going to go up against Bobby Lee if Bobby Lee can take down Heath Ledger here. Heath Ledger, a newcomer. Bobby Lee, one of the low guys on the win percentage poll. And as we know, the lowest 3 win percentages are eliminated. Let's see what happens here. Heath Ledger, Bobby Lee, 4-6 in favor of Bobby Lee. And so Bobby Lee and Anthony Edwards, 2 competitors who were very low in the stats, are one of them is going to go to the Final 4. And so, you know, frankly, the little boy in me that likes things being fair and full of chance, anybody can win at any time, it's happening, folks. Amelia Dimoldenberg has been wiped out. Tom Cruise been wiped out. All the bigwigs just being taken down. It's very exciting. It's as if, I don't know what it's like. But anyway, Yao Ming, Barney. This, you know, frankly, if I had to ask, if I could learn something about this matchup, I'd love to know who's taller. You know, Barney appears very tall. It also is, you know, he's usually around kids, so maybe my perception's a little off. But Yao Ming, giant. I think he's 7 foot or something. And Barney, I don't know, but he seems pretty tall. Oh, God. Okay, here we go. Barney, Yao Ming, roll number 1. 3-4. That's a Yao Ming victory. Barney, a good showing, winning 1. That's not bad. But Yao Ming is moving on to the final round of 8. And here we go. Our last round in the round of 16. Kali continues her streak of demolishing opponents. And can she take down Will Smith? Will Smith has made it to a finals once in DT0. Can he do it again? Let's find out. Will Smith versus Kali. We got a 4-5 in favor of Kali. Woo! I mean, you know, she had an intro video built for her, so you know she was going to be solid. Speaking of, I think we should play that intro video and then try to get this last camera up. So ladies and gentlemen, one more time, she's known as the Hindu goddess of death and destruction. She is Kali. And in Dice Tournament 5, she destroyed the entire field, 31 players. And today she looks to continue her streak against a new field of 31 players looking to become Dice Tournament champion. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dice Tournament 6. We got it. We got him. It's back. It's not the same framing. It was a little bit of a rush job, but we did make it. And so here we are, folks. We're at the round of our final 8. And it's going to be exciting. If I could process it right this second, I would, but I am currently in the midst of, yeah, this will work. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into the final 8 players. Our first matchup is going to be LeBron James versus Princess Fiona. Princess Fiona, the green dice. LeBron James, the yellow dice. It is a Green Bay Packers matchup. Here we go, roll number 1. LeBron James, Princess Fiona. It is a 4-5 in favor of LeBron. LeBron is moving on to the final 4, and that, as we know, LeBron is very high in the win percentage. I think we should maybe get down to Dick and hear a little bit more of what Dick has to say. Dick, are you available for us? Thank you, Jacob. Yes, LeBron James does have an excellent winning percentage at this point. The stats have not been updated to represent Dice Tournament 6, but he was currently in 4th place, but now he's going to really be moving up. We can see Kali also with a very strong winning percentage. So Kali and LeBron James both still alive. Also still alive, Malala Yousafzai. And I think that's it. So Malala Yousafzai, Kali, LeBron James. These are the highest win percentage folks that are still alive here in DT6. It looks like it's going to be quite a spectacular finish. Let's get down to the field. All right, so that was LeBron James, Princess Fiona. Our next matchup is going to be Margaret Atwood versus Malala Yousafzai. Margaret Atwood is going to be this gray dice, and Malala Yousafzai is the yellow. Here we go, competitors. Roll number 1 to get to the final 4 in Dice Tournament 6. Woo! 6-5 battle for Malala Yousafzai. And as we mentioned, Malala and LeBron James are going to go head-to-head to get to the finals. And this is a matchup of some very strong competitors. 9-4 for LeBron, 8-5 for Malala. LeBron has a championship. He's already got a victory. Malala's still looking for her first. Wow. Very exciting stuff. Let's get down the field for our next final. Okay, Anthony Edwards and Bobby Lee, 2 of some of the worst win percentage. But they're looking to rewrite history here by changing things up. So Bobby Lee is gray, Anthony Edwards is purple. Good luck, competitors. 5-2. That's an Anthony Edwards victory. Bobby, good luck. Better luck next time. Something. Anthony Edwards is moving on to the round of 4, along with LeBron James and Malala Yousafzai. And in the last round of 8, it is Yao Ming versus Kali. Kali is on quite a streak here. Yao, you have your work cut out for you. Kali is the black and red. Yao Ming is the bone dice. Yao Ming a 5 and Kali with a 4. Yao Ming, the 7'6" Chinaman. Chinaman? He is moving on. Yao Ming is moving on. It's very exciting. It's exciting stuff, folks. It's exciting stuff. So Yao Ming is going to be the last participant in the round of 4. So I will make one note about the final 4. Can we see that? We got 3 basketball players in the top 4. LeBron James, Anthony Edwards, Yao Ming. There isn't any other basketball players in there. Is it possible that dice and basketball have some sort of crossover? A Pakistani, a Chinaman, and 2 Americans. The finals of Dice Tournament 6. Wow. Guys. I'm excited. All right, so here we go. LeBron James, Malala Yousafzai. This is going to be our first finals matchup. LeBron James is the yellow dice. Malala Yousafzai, translucent yellow dice. Here we go to get to the finals of Dice Tournament 6. Good luck, competitors. It's a 1-roll chance. It's 2-1. Malala Yousafzai. She moves on to her very first finals. She has an incredible win percentage, but she has yet to advance to a finals. This is going to be her first chance, and potentially she could take it home. She's going to be facing either Anthony Edwards or Yao Ming. Let's get down to the field and find out who is it going to be. All right, Anthony Edwards is the purple dice, and Yao Ming is the bone-looking dice. Here we go, competitors. 1 roll to get to the finals. It's a 3-3. We got ourselves a... We got ourselves a tie. It's one of the most exciting things in sports. One of the most exciting things, it's a tie. These 2 competitors are trying to get to the finals. Let's get to the field and find out roll number 2. Yao Ming, Anthony Edwards. Good luck, competitors. Ooh, Yao Ming didn't pop out. We got a 4 for Anthony Edwards, and we got a 3 for Yao Ming. That's going to be Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards, my son's entrance into the tournament, has made it to the finals. So it's going to be Anthony Edwards versus Malala Yousafzai in the Dice Tournament 6 finals. Folks, once again, a reminder, the finals are a best-of-5 series. And neither of these competitors have won before, so we are going to have ourselves a brand new Dice Tournament champion. This is great because Anthony Edwards in Dice Tournament 5, he was compared to Eminem as one of the worst players in Dice Tournament history. Sorry, Em. It's just how it goes. Anthony Edwards, purple, Malala Yousafzai, the clear yellow dice. This is a best-of-5 series. Here we go. Roll number 1 for these 2 competitors. Goes to... Ooh! We got a jumper. Malala jumps out of the arena, the hexagon. Here she comes. Ooh, is that... It's a 5. It's a 5-3. That is a Malala Yousafzai win. That is a 1-0 in favor of Malala. Can Anthony Edwards come back from this adversity? Let's find out. Roll 2. It is 2-1. That is an Anthony Edwards. That's an Anthony Edwards victory. But folks, I got to fix this camera. This clear dice is a little problematic. So it's 1-1. Let's get a jingle. I didn't do anything. I tried to adjust it. Nothing really happened. So it's 1-1. Let's get to the field. Let's find out. Ant and Malala Yousafzai. This is roll 3 to break the tie. That's a 6-4 in favor of Malala. Here we are, folks. We are at potentially the final roll for Dice Tournament 6. It's been a beautiful journey. I've felt so much more joy in Dice Tournament 6 than I did Dice Tournament 5. But as Joe Rogan mentioned, it's not always when you're motivated. Sometimes you just got to power through. And if you were to hire me, I can assure you that even in times when I'm not motivated to do the work, I can put effort in. And I can move things along. Anyway, here we go. Let's move this along. Malala Yousafzai needs one more roll to potentially lock down the Dice Tournament Championship. Let's find out if she can do it. Anthony Edwards Back against the wall. 5-3. That's an Anthony Edwards. He won that one. So here we go. We are tied at 2-2, and it all comes down to this. And folks, I need to get this freaking. You got to bear with me. We're putting a delay. We're putting a delay on the last roll because, as I mentioned, I might try to get 1% better even while we're freaking broadcasting, and I am. We're going to get this thing on here. We're going to get GarageBand going. We're going to find ourselves a little ditty here. We're going to find ourselves a little ditty. And we're going to play some freaking music to power this final roll. And so if you're watching live, my condolences to your time. But I'm really grateful that you're here. And I'm going to, let's see, what do we want? We want some kind of synthesizer, EDM bass. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a dark bass, a flying machine, a fizzy sweeper, a hollow pumper. We're doing a hollow pumper, y'all. Let's see. Do you hear that? Let's see. Okay. We're going to go with that because, hollow pumper ain't cool. Let's see. Sharp wobble, speech bass, pulsonic bass. I don't know how to play music, but I do know how to have fun. And so here we are. It's the last roll of Dice Tournament 6. We got music. We got a 2-2 series tie, and it all comes down to this. Oh! God, it's hard to see. Oh, you guys can't see it. It is problematic. I'm going to fix this. Hit the jingle. So bear with me. I need to show you something. Okay, so if you can see, that dice it's leaning up against the side. Can we go to a wide here? Look at this. It's leaning up against the side, and it looks like it appears to be a. It looks as it appears to be a. That's right, a tie. But what we're going to call it is a re-roll. And so it is, again, 2-2. This is the last roll of Dice Tournament 6, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want it to end. We don't want it to end. It's 2-2, and we got a double tie. If it was possible for more joy and excitement to happen, I would cue it up. Producing shows is all about, creating drama. But I can assure you with all integrity that none of this is artifice. The music is live. The competition is live. Anthony Edwards, Malala Yousafzai. This is roll number 3 of roll number 5 in a best of 5 series. Whoever wins this next roll will win. Two to 4. That is a Malala Yousafzai victory. Congratulations, Malala. You're the champion of this year's Dice, Celebrities, Chance, Glory, Dice Tournament.